backhand layout here. So we'll just wait. Just gotta find the person who I have to join on here. None of them. Okay, looks like he's... Alright, there we go. Once I'm in, beautiful. Just checking that on the last point. That's beautiful. Alrighty. Looks like we're pretty good to go here. Let's make sure we're make sure we get these highlights on, as this map is quite snowy. Highlights, oh yep, beautiful. Alrighty, so that's checkpoint over on the eastern side of the map. From my limited playing, this tends to be a bit ally-sided to start with, but it really depends who gets in the circle. Get up here, we might actually just go follow a couple people in. So as we can see here on the map, nodes are getting built nice and speedily here. The guys are getting ready. Maybe some defenses coming out here, as artillery is unprotected. Looks like some nodes. Yeah, it's pipe, beautiful. As you can see here, all the trucks starting to come out. Nice wide flanking truck by the looks. Coming in, we'll go have a look at what Five Ribs getting up to here. So we've got one truck, two trucks, and artillery getting prepped here. With the medium coming out. Beautiful snowy camo on this. Finally they added some little details like that, Team 78. Beautiful to see. So what we might do is we'll go over, we'll pick a truck and we'll follow them on their journey here into the midpoint. We'll try and find one. Looks like we got one coming out here on the edge map. Get the right road. As I said, I haven't really played this map not that much. Alrighty. It's like a long drive to checkpoint. A very hilly map this, so elevation will be important for getting those nice long sight lines. Coming on in. So we've got all that disabled. So hopefully we should be good on that front. Supplies full here. First trucks making their way up. Should be a pretty fierce battle. A lot of time the hills here looks like. So they will be getting out early here, just to get that Gary up. And we'll be Five Rib getting the first little bit of proper presence in here as they come around and meet. Looks like a nice stacked truck there, Papa Joe on top. We'll be meeting Dirty Rock. So the first rockets will fly. And the first kill's going down here. Five Rib still with majority presence here within sector, as we can see here. A lot of numbers coming in, but that hard cap. WRTB coming in strong. It will be Incognito and Cheek. It will fall for Five Rib. Incognito last within the hard cap at the moment. And a beautiful rocket there coming out from Reaper. And we will hear the first tank shots here. I believe one did just cop a shell. And a little bit of an AT action here. the Greyhound just chasing around, and he will survive to live another day. WRTB overwhelming presence here. Checkpoint. Apologies about the fast camera movement here. We'll just get over somewhere a little bit more actiony. It will be 5-rib here. Sort of getting pushed out. Looks like a poopy fish there. Will be last up in circle, but his OP will go down. And I believe that is the Greyhound getting deleted over there. Well-placed rocket. And the battle for the front line. Looks like WRTB will take this point quite convincingly here, just to begin with. Just overwhelming hard cap pressure. And it will be Frost here, looking to take on the entire enemy team. He will get one, but looks like we will have a bit of a tank battle. Could be mistaken. Artillery starting to land, but WRTB almost halfway capped, and we can see that artillery mark coming down from the commander. His troops here are about to drop that artillery. And, looks like pretty stagnated. You can see a little engineer on engineer violence coming here. Incognito getting the better of that player there. He will sneak out through the forest. Grind here so far. 5-rib sort of being pushed back to the trees. It is quite open ground as we sort of go down the hill into the gully of checkpoint. The P4 below me, so I'm not sure where that medium is. Looks like the medium is tucked away in there. P4 will miss. And Incognito here, getting a little sneaky. Looks like that medium Sherman will go down as it unfortunately hits the fence there, I believe. A lot of these you think you can shoot through, but they change the collision on them quite a bit there. But Incognito here, looking like he might be able to get around if he's got a satchel. He might be in business here. As he will get nice and cozy. And we'll get that satchel placed underneath. Well played. Just has to defend that satchel, and will Borgie notice? Yeah, Borgie, Jesus, and Hunter. Looks like he will go, as the name suggests. Incognito just sneaks around without a trace, and I believe that is a dead P4, so we will see the trading of the tanks here, which will be good for 5-rib. Using that medium early on is not what you want, but Incognito, their brilliant play, being able to even the score on the battle of the tanks there. And looks like we will see a big shifting of forces here as Farahal, not even going to try pronouncing that, Farahild Farm here will be getting pressured by WRTB as the front line has shifted. And this 4th cap pressure coming onto 5-rib here, and we'll see how they defend. Looks like Don Gotti there getting some subs. Hunt able to even the score here. And the battle for this hill here also continuing on. And WRTB gaining a lot of ground. We'll have a quick little map check here, and really great structure as we can see here. You know, Garrison's in a nice line. Immediate pressure on the farm here, which is very dangerous for 5-rib, and it looks like WRTB have been able to push them more or less out of sector. Looks like Bandito and Bozo here for 5-rib, sort of the last remaining. But Black May there will be able to just hold on, and Bandito here on with the bush. Looks like some nades will go out. And a brilliant nade at that from Steve. Well played. So we'll keep on moving. Looks like they still have a garrison here. Little Puma just going for a drive. Got Salty. And Headless there, just going for a cruise. But a massive reset here at 4-5 Reb on their 4th point here. Looks like we got Scorch here coming around as the commander. WRTB looking like they're going to try and get a really deep garrison here. We've got Colonel Clink moving around for that. It's the commander there defending his territory. Scorch for 5 Rib here. And the pressure really coming hard from WRTB here on that front door. It looks like they have been able to clear a little bit out between the points, but slowly getting collapsed in on. So we see Scorch there going down. Oh, sorry, he just went out of render distance. Don Gotti, they're getting the kill. We will just double check that I do have all that set up properly. Beautiful. Apologies about that. And it will be WRTB just really pressuring this front door. And looks like nice rocket coming from Yoda's pipe onto the truck, but it will be a bit of a stalemate here at the moment. We should be seeing the first heavies come up on the field very shortly. And a massive wrap coming here from WRTB. Looks like this recon is just causing all sorts of havoc. As there is a 76 here, should be able to deal with it. Whoa. And Polonium will... that will relieve a bit more pressure here for 5 Rib on their defense. But the pressure is coming hard and it's coming fast from WRTB here. As they're sort of confined at the moment, 5 Rib on their defense point. Like a little bit of a skirmish going on here. Some shots from Grease there. Securing the kill. Go back onto the front line. Looks like 5 Rib is still holding on to 1 OP. And looks like they will be going down. Stevedon, Bala here. Coming on out and looking like they will more or less wipe this entire area of 5 Rib presence, which is a real hindrance here to their pushing. You can see here slowly encircling the point WRTB are. So we will see Luciano there just hiding from that 76. Can't move a muscle otherwise he will get gibleted and looks like he meets his early demise. And, bit of a stalemate at the moment. Looks like I think they have been able to get this garrison up here. Yep. Very nice deep garrison there coming from WRTB. And this will just really pepper the point from a different angle. So looks like they have given up a little ground to go around. 5 Rib doing well to capitalize on the shifting of forces here. As we know, we've got, as we can see, multiple ATs coming in the rear, which could be detrimental for 5 Rib's tank survivability. So they've still got this garrison front door, but it is getting closed in on. Looks like Artie will start landing for 5 Rib on that area. Looks like some nice shots coming out as they will have to defend this garrison, but This is crucial for 5 Rib. If they're able to take this out, looks like he will get Turliff. He's able to sort this garrison out. This will be huge for 5 Rib, and being able to put a bit more pressure on that attack, and really good clearing out there for 5 Rib. Well done. And we see a bit more of a shift. So as WRTB sort of started coming around the rear here of Farm, it has allowed a little bit of a gap to form for 5 Rib. Just getting trickling of players within checkpoint. But looks like they still do not have the far eastern side at the moment, which is probably crucial for capturing this point. It's quite an advantageous high ground. You can build a lot of ATGs that can counter any tanks that are within checkpoint for 5 Rib. But we will see a bombing run coming in over the middle of Farm here. And it will take out the one person. Quite sure if it got the garrison, but that will sort of reset him. Looks like the garrison is directly in the middle of point there. So 5 Rib doing well to contain, but as we can see here, WRTB just wrapping every single corner, just encircling them within Farm. But as I said before, they were able to break out a little bit due to getting that front door garrison of WRTBs. Looks like there will be a 76 just out on his lonesome at the moment. Sort of pretty hard to focus on all the action. It's coming from all directions at the moment. Looks like Conrad here getting cheek little MG position. He will fall to Dirty Rock there. But this definitely diverts 5 Rib's attempts and focus on trying to get mid-cap to dealing with their defense and clearing out those lines. So looks like 5 Rib resetting relatively well, but looks like some circle pressure, some hard cap pressure might be starting to come out. With some OPs getting quite close here. Sharp and Liz here. Getting taken out by Sharp. Sharp going on a bit of a tear here. Going to OP. It looks like that will be a really good trick here. WRTB just managing to get in. Like he will take out one more. So see WRTB starting to make their way to the circle. Looks like artillery is also starting to land. Sharp there taking out Big Tiz. And hard cap pressure here starting to come. Looks like front door of the farm here. WRTB has been able to retake control of that and push the 5 Rib presence out, as we do see that squad starting to run through the hard cap of farm. Looks like we will see a garrison spawn and medium and a 76 damaged medium there. And, I hope Frost doesn't have a rocket. I believe Frost taken out there, or he might just be in the building. Looks like Liquor there getting out. Have to repair, but Max here coming in, and also sneaky. As we see here, the rear pressure here really starting to hurt. Looks like a beautiful rocket there will take out the medium. And the second rocket there will falter, but 5 Rib here coming to defend their heavy tank As we know, the medium Sherman is very vulnerable. And in saying that, I haven't quite seen their tank yet. Looks like their first heavy here for WRTB is starting to come up to the front line with that checkpoint more or less secured. Looks like the little spot fires here for WRTB, but 5 Rib here really keeping them honest, trying to keep them in the fight on this front door. And will be Bozo there getting taken out as the fight will start to shift here. So WRTB pretty much in circle now. I don't know if they've got an OP in circle, more or less. Rick's OP not too far away. It looks like it will be poised around defending this tank. As we can see over there, the first heavy coming up, and it will be a Panther and a fast moving one at that. We'll try and get in on this little battle here. I don't think it's been called out, but looks like the gunner will be panning. Whoa, that goes down really quick. I believe the gunner is aware here. This tank is being very sneaky. I believe that the elevation here is what is stopping this fight from occurring. But good work on 5 Rib here, just keeping this push at bay. Looks like the first shot will go into this Panther. As the second will come out, and that will be the first heavy kill of the game. 5 Rib there. Well done on that crew there. Polonium, Hard Rock and Revive Throne. Just taking out that Panther. And it's backdoor pressure still coming in very strong from WRTB. And it will be sort of a smattering of players in behind, really hampering any push 5 Rib tries to get here. And, as you can see, WRTB really forcing 5 Rib to play very wide on their defensive point, on the offside as well. As we see an adventurous Panther 2 coming in here, spin to win looks, turns around, and quite a humorous death, that one. Bit of spinning action. Looks like we will see a Greyhound as well. 4-5 Rib going on a little cruise. Might be going looking for garrisons. And he has disappeared into the distance as he sort of loops back around. Looks like Pickle Rick here will kill one of the crew. Looks like the crew got out fearing that they had been satcheled, and I don't believe they are. Currently alright, but a bit of a predicament of a spot. As they are being closed in on some AT, with defensive driving there, but come back in on that. We'll just check the back lines here. Looks like Clink, Luciano still doing work. I heard another tank. It's been, yeah. But a little bit of cap pressure here coming from WRTB onto farm. Just a trickle. As we can see here, they don't seem to be too concerned. Looks like we will be seeing a P-strike coming out as well. But I believe that tank will be moving. And unfortunately will falter. So good reset. Looks like the battle for that front shed there has gone back the way of 5 Rib. And looks like the eastern side of point is just absolutely flooded with WRTB players at the moment. Looks like Lenny there will get the better of Hunt, and so slowly move in. As you can see, I believe we did see a couple players Slowly coming in. A couple SLs. 3, 4 SLs. I think I might have missed an airhead or a cheeky backline garrison, but this could prove a bit dangerous for WRTB depending on how hard they decide to go on their push here. As you can see here, some beautiful use of some fortifications here. Allowing the MG to get set up in a bit of a safe spot there, zone. Looks like 5 rib coming out here, and he might have spotted this garrison. Beautiful little push here. And I believe it will be quite a far back one, so it'll take a bit, but the Puma probably saved this garrison as the dance commences. And that will be dealt with accordingly. Just get back on over to the front line here as a bit of cap pressure has come in from the east for WRTB onto 5 Rib's second defensive point, I guess. As we see yet another Puma going for a cruise. Looks like that 76 is still damaged out in the field. Well, actually did get taken out. Unfortunate that I missed that. Nice rocket coming in from Lieutenant Dan as 5 Rib looks like they've been pushed off of the point entirely here. So being forced to reset from the west of farm, which is not what we want to see at the moment. Looks like they are starting to come in. This hard cap is looking overwhelmingly WRTB. Let's have a look. Looks like we've got a couple of OPs and good offensive spread here. As we are almost halfway capped here on farm. WRTB still capping with overwhelming hard cap presence here. But 5 Rib, they are well poised to get back in this. They just have to get that hard cap and just clear it out. As it will be difficult to get back in. Looks like they're just getting picked off here. As point still being capped. Pickle Rick here comes out, pops Grease, and I think this point might just fall to WRTB. Looks like they've got decent amount in the circle here. As 5 Rib just struggling to get back into that circle, and at the last 11th hour here we do see a quick turn. As we see Hunt here getting into the circle. Looks like the reinforce has been deployed here on this point for 5 Ribbers. They gain back crucial time here. Massive spawn reset out on the west. And we'll see these wave of players just come in and meet more or less at the circle if they can get there though. See 5 Rib sort of got across this really openish field, and looks like another, it's a Stuart, apologies, coming back in the nice white camo. It's WRTB able to get rid of Hunt out of that circle, and they do get I believe a Puma here that's got just a 2-man. Just a 2-man, but it's enough to swing the tide of battle here. As we saw before on the map, looks like WRTB looking to get immediate pressure on the 5th point for them. As we see Incognito and Militard just getting in there. And that will be farm going the way of WRTB. With, it looks like 5 Rib really caught out of position here and being holed up in an area they don't really want to be. Looks like this is short here, getting a few reps in. As a bombing run will come in for 5 Rib here. We'll take out a few, but unfortunately come in touch late with a 76. Looks like he will have to retreat. Let's have a quick look at what kind of pressure here WRTB have been able to manufacture. Looks like that immediate garrison that we spotted before has gone up in the trees. And that will keep Five Ribs defense really busy. Getting a little bit of cap pressure. Looks like WRTB have moved off of the hard cap at least. But looks like they are slowly working on clearing out that hard cap. Let's look in here. The tank. We're retreating. Unfortunately, I've lost track of him. But the Panther. A very aggressive Panther. And he will get the second shot off. And that will be the Panther up on the front lines of US camp here. Kill will be Augie Jesus and Hunter there. Hunter with the kill shot in the gunner seat. And a lot of pressure here from WRTB already on this front door. Looks like some action in the trees as see them throw rounds down range. And this fight will be crucial here for Five Rib if they can get these trees that decide they want to render in now. And start sort of getting their foothold back in. Looks like they're still set up out on the west. They are getting cleaned out by Five Rib here. Looks like they've got a couple of OPs already over here. It's Bobby caught in a bit of a battle and will get pipped there. Looks like a good little bit of a wrap here from Bandito from Five Rib. But it will be battle shifting here. Looks like a medium is meeting an early demise as it does take one shell. And the rocket flying overhead. There will be that Panther trying to look for the kill shot here as Don Gotti, I don't believe he got his on, but his teammates will prevent that from getting on the tank. A track shot coming out there, but this medium doesn't really have nowhere to go. This Panther, I think, is making mincemeat, and unfortunately for that medium, it will get dealt with accordingly by that Panther. The Panther really in, I'd say, no man's land at the moment. It's gone for a drive and cleaned up a bit of armor, which will give WRTB a bit of breathing room here when it comes to having to deal with armored threats, and probably allow them to get another heavy up, which they do have the fuel for, but not seen on the field yet. But looks like, as I said before, these trees here will be pivotal for Five Rib getting back in the fight, and they've managed to clear it out, which is good to see, and will aid. But again, we see this really wide wrap, full sector presence. Try and get down here without too jarring. Unfortunately, the camera going up and down is really jumpy, and I do apologise if it isn't overly nice to watch. But it will be Sergeant Gliz in the middle of a fair few enemies here. Looks like the supplies. Reaper here using a bit of a box, having a look around. He was able to get one, but caught in the middle of a bit of nowhere at the moment. Looks like this is the way into the point trenches. Sharp there, getting a nice spot. I believe I saw him for just a moment. And looks like they will slowly clear out here. Five Rib coming out strong, gaining those pivotal buildings here. As we see Dizzy here. Fortunately, they're getting taken out. Black May. But looks like their middle area here, their middle HQ is under a bit of pressure. As See Irish. He's on the hunt. He spots Pleasure. And in the nick of time, Pleasure finds a little hole in the ground. And we'll get taken out there by Yoda's pipe. Nice little foxhole, that one. Just... looks like he will do pretty well here. Managed to get one, and the shotgun of Incognito here. The pallets finally connect. As we know, that gun can be quite inconsistent, and a good little clear out there. But Five River do have other problems here in their middle HQ. Looks like they will be coming around here. Maybe it is one man only, I'm not sure. But yeah, just slowly enveloping. If we have a quick look at the map here, you can sort of see they're trying to form this little L here, a big line sort of between the 2 points, and nice evenly spread out spawns. Unfortunately, if I had a second to count, I'd get the map of Five River as well so we could compare, but yeah, just a slow meat grind here as Irish taking out one. And it looks like there will be a bit of a backline fight here we'll go over and have a look at in a second. So we'll just follow Irish on this one. Hopefully we don't cast to curse him, as I do hear that Panther cruising around, and unfortunately cast to curse lives on. He will get taken out there. Let's go have a look at, see what's happening in the backlines here. Looks like Bandito fighting over this building. As we know, this building is pivotal for both sides really, as a retake and as a taking of. If you're Axis. Looks like Dylan here got some supplies coming in. Bandito be able to deal with him. Looks like he's just gonna let it slide for the moment. And looks like we do see some form of armor or vehicle going down here. Not quite sure what that was. A recon tank. So we see the battle starting to get closer and closer to Five Ribs point. And we will see some spawns coming in on farmers. WRTB have pushed up quite far. And looks like it will be a large amount of numbers here starting to come in and put a bit of pressure on that fourth point. And we will see the beginning of some ticking here, but it's not too much for WRTB, I don't think, at the moment to really ring the alarm bells. So the Poopy Fish here will be starting to sort of slice him in half if we can get a few boys there. That can really help push through. But we will see Noble here, sharp. Down on his guts, but that will be Pick or Rick, as we've seen. Quite dominant. Let's have a little bit of this front line. What in the Panther is going on here? I won't lie. Panther just absolutely going for a drive. Borgie at the wheel. Jesus in the gun. And they will find some log piles here. A couple of ATs could actually spell a demise for this tank, but got the ATG set up. So I think this will allow a bit of freedom of movement here. Let's see where that is in relation to the circle. Looks like one rocket will go in the rear of that Panther, as it will try and drive off into the distance. Looks like it will be turtling. 1 second good shot. Looks like that would have hit just hull. The engine is still lively. But this is making Five Ribs scramble. This looking like a very good distraction, at least for the ATs of 5 Rib, for WRTB to gain some ground while the shenanigans are on. So you see here, still cruising around. And we'll just go up, have a look. Looks like a bit of clearing has happened. And not a bad rocket there. That was actually quite a good shot there. I think he's going to deploy for more rockets. There's a bit of presence here coming from 5 Rib, but I believe it will be short-lived. Looks like WRTB have been able to reset off of this building. Just hold on to it, but in the meantime it looks like that sort of allowed WRTB a little bit in, as we saw a little bit of cap pressure starting to come on US camp, but we'll be slowing down just a little bit. Some decent spawns here, coming out nice and wide. From 5 Rib here. And we'll see another Panther coming out here. Second crew, little 2-man. But looks like a bit of a garrison going on out here. As Papa Joe there saving the garrison for WRTB, and I think we've enacted a cap race. It looks like WRTB are in the lead. Not quite sure if 5 Rib has the forces here to contest that. Looks like they will continue to, but we'll just go on and see what the damage is going on at US camp, and a massive push here coming straight through those trees into the hard cap of US camp, and unfortunately, looks like this garrison's in a bit of a predicament. And, I think we might see the end here if they can't get a hold. Get these OPs back up. Looks like the garrison will go down for 5 Rib here, as WRTB mounting the pressure. Because Rick's body there going absolutely flying. But 5 Rib here responding really well. Looks like they are starting to grab from the rear of where that push was initially coming from. As we can see here, multiple OPs in hard cap. And that's what could be quite damaging. Looks like we've got Sergeant Gliz here coming in. And we'll just have a look. Like for pleasure there, getting taken out, and this is quite a dangerous push here. Looks like Sergeant Gliz there will take out the OP, I believe. Looks like some good shots coming out here. We see a Stewart starting to come into the picture, and he's just coming down that road. Just going for a drive here, clearing out these OPs. A really good response here from 5 Rib. Not sure if they'll get that OP off to the left, but looks like Gliz will see the spawn. Takes out one and takes out the other. Looks like it will be Frost last one up, and great play there. Gliz getting taken out. Looks like all the tanks have come to play down here. 76 getting in on the action. Stewart will go down, and looks like we will see I Kill You and Frost. And he has located the enemy. Another OP still up. There will be Lieutenant Dan there cleaning up, I believe, the last OP there. So a beautiful reset there from 5 Rib to what was quite a damaging push there. Really well played there by 5 Rib, and WRTB just mounting that pressure as we can see here, that did unfortunately 4-5 rib. The shifting of forces there for both teams was all defense. So it looks like WRTB here slowly clearing out that defensive sector of their 4th point here. Its garrison out wide is still active, as you can see there. And a few OPs for 5 rib still in the throw. But as you can see, those squads that were just on that attacking force have come back and to clear out for WRTB. So we do like to see it. We might just go back to the front door here. Go have a quick little look. Do a little map check as well while we're at it. Actually, I haven't heard artillery being firing for either team. Or I just haven't been in the area or what, but looks like we will be seeing a AP strike coming in. For WRTB, quite unsure what it's on. And looks like that will be a vehicle of some description. Baby tank. They're going out, but the battle is firmly back on front door. As you can see, these trees, really difficult fighting. As you see, Deal Factual through the trenches. We'll see one drop in front of him. And we'll just follow him in there a little bit. Looks like he has been spotted, and he will get pipped by Mick there. But we do see a bit more taking of ground here from 5 rib, more of a front door approach. Looks like they've completely cleared out their sector, which you'd love to see. They're really still trying to deal here, WRTB, with this little backdoor entryway. But the fight has resumed on the front door. Looks like we will have a 76 in tow as well for 5 rib. There's a Panther there though. Go get it on the side of the Panther here. I think the elevation, they don't quite see each other yet. Like that 76 will begin to move here. And getting very close to this tank. I'd be worried if I was that Panther there. Looks like a really good push over us. Starting to come out. Looks like fish here. Just getting around. The call will be made. Ring around the rosy. Oh, and he nearly gets away with it. I believe this tank has been called out. Looks like he's exactly sure what's going on here. He reckons he's satcheled. Always good to get out and check if you're unsure. Nothing worse than being satcheled in your own defensive point, but looks like WRTB just dropping that western side again. Really a lot of pressure. Reckoning that unfortunately these two tanks can't quite see each other, but looks like we're about to get a bit active. And, killing Tuba here. He could get the satchel on. Will Hard Rock see him, and that will be a satchel on the rear plate. On the toolbox. This could really hurt for 5 rib here. As you see Juba there just defending his satchel that he's put down. They've put it down rather. And, think that tank will be all but dead there. Just getting absolutely surrounded. And it will realise the danger it's in, and unfortunately a little too late there on the move. But the pressure here from WRTB still coming in on that front door as sort of a scattering of players. Looks like Dill Factual here will be looking for a bit of Mitsubishi. Like a bit of a battle going on here. But as you can see here, sort of all on the west is where it's at the moment. Bit of pressure coming out from both points here. Just go have a quick look over at farm. See what's going on. A lot of pressure with a bit of cap weight starting to come over. It's really wide. What's going on over here? But a very wide garrison here. Looks like Barry beyond one incognito. Not quite sure why he's left alone. Must be satcheled. That's the safe assumption. Boom goes the garrison. It's a really good push here coming in on the western side of farm. We do see it flickering a couple of times. It's like the Panthers being called back for defense for WRTB. Just to get that crucial cap weight in. But a good little push here for 5 Reb. Looks like they've been able to penetrate, or at least split these tanks in half. Looks like that tank is quite damaged. 3-man. But both Panthers still surviving. WRTB here is pressure still mounting. Looks like a Puma going on a bit of a cruise as well. Trying to clear those back lines for WRTB. And a few SLs here. Some decent spawns, and we could be looking at some significant cap progress if they can keep those bodies alive. Looks like the west is getting cleared up by WRTB as they to run that red-blue line by the looks. As we can see, the Puma going for a cruise. We'll pop the OP, so that will be a bit of a relief as we see these Panthers coming back and just doing their defensive duties, protecting one another. Bombing run coming in for US camp. Will be a 5 Reb bombing run. Looks like it's trying to go over that Gary cluster, and unfortunately will miss the garrison. Just inside of a bunker, I believe. No, just chilling in the open. But they build an absolute fort here. You'd love to see it making use of those in-game assets that everyone gets, and it's becoming more and more commonplace in a lot of these games is the focus on buildables, not only for keeping your armor up but allowing your infantry a much better fighting chance. But we will see a very similar push coming in here for WRTB onto US camp, but very good defensive perimeter sort of set up here for 5 Reb at the moment. But got ourselves a tank battle. And there will be another 76 going down. I believe that one was satcheled. So it will be more and more pressure. Looks like this little group of WRTB players are getting encircled once again, and we'll be getting sorted out. But it's be the adventurous Puma once again causing a problem. So they were managed. They did able to take out outposts and DSLs. So good valuable little cruise that one. And a bit of around the log pile we go. But it will be the cap weight starting to come in for WRTB on this final point here. But 5 rib still set up well, but looks like we may be seeing a bit of a callback here, especially if these Panthers do get active in the sector. Massive fight coming on over there. ATG will get taken out by the Puma. But 5 rib still holding on. Looks like Maximus will be keeping that artillery busy as a recon tank comes out for 5 rib. And let's have a look at this bit of a reset here. Looks like Steve will have a rocket out. And unfortunately we'll go down, but obviously there was a garrison or something there, you needed to just get real quick. As it looks like a bit of a map check, WRTB have stabilised in terms of their defensive pressure here, with just absolute pests in the back line for 5 rib here. Puma going on an absolute rampage. And it looks like Lieutenant Dan there will deal with that Puma, but the damage it's caused, I tell you, it's done a fair bit, that Puma. But moving on into the battle of the front door, looks like we will see out on the eastern side, Pickle Rick there for WRTB starting to push in. 5 rib clearing out their circle, so really good to see there. Their circle has been clipped. They're still getting pressured sort of along that map edge, but the fight is back in the trees, which for 5 rib is sort of exactly where they want them at the moment. Looks like Steve's gonna have a bit of a battle here. Looks like one will go down, and Car 98 action here coming out. Dinkelberg there getting the better of Steve. Looks like the team will be split in 2 again. Looks like a massive push here coming in from the western side of Farm. 5 rib really utilising the width of the map here to try and get that offensive pressure on. And we will continue here as Irish getting in. Looks like Irate mate will look the other way to his teammate getting taken out, and it will be 5 rib clearing out this backline again. Just really being a thorn in WRTB's defense here. And, I don't really know where to look. It's pockets of action here, pockets of action there, but we will see some artillery smoke coming out here for WRTB by the looks. As they move in on this eastern edge, and will be pretty much a front door assault here from these players. As we can see here, Frost utilising that cover provided by his artillerymen. As Captain Dirty Rock will take him out. And a bit of a cat battle coming in. How dangerous this is for WRTB, but looks like 5 rib really running light. Whether they've just done a mass spawn no. Alas, it's just a smattering of players here, seemingly for both teams. So we will see the trading of a bit of pressure. It's Scorch, the commander, on the front lines, well, back lines, but really getting in the thick of it. We'll take out zone for Larry. Beautiful play there by Scorch. But fortunately for his team, he is getting quite pressured on his rear point. We will go back over there. Jumping around as this front door assault has really turned into something here. Multiple SLs coming out for WRTB. But looks like we will see a spawn wave coming out here. It's an absolute massacre. Blackmate getting a few, but this could be quite dangerous for WRT. For 5 Rib. So you see all the spawns all pigeonholed into one, with the tank coming in and the garrison located. This is not looking good for 5 Rib, and the satchel goes off, taking out those spawns. And looks like we will see oh god, wrong button. Bit of a reset here. Unless 5 Rib can get some members here, this cap race could be null and void. As it looks like they do begin to reset. As we will go on over to the main battle. Cheeks there, getting the kill onto Steve, but as you can see here, this entire hard cap is completely dominated by WRTB, and with a Panther there, I don't think they can get back. That's quite a tough ask. Will be a 5 Rib bombering run coming in on US camp by the looks. Apologies, as WRTB bombing run coming in to cut off the reinforcements there of 5 Rib. 5 RIB. If I'm butchering that. But once again, looks like it will tick over, and looks like that will be all she wrote for this match today. Quite a battle here, guys. I won't lie, it was, even though it seemed quite one-sided, there's a lot of back and forth, and that 4th point took an absolute beating. We'll give Boogie the command for today. As you can see here, we'll scroll through the scores once the commendation period has ceased. And yeah, what a battle. It's very interesting on these newer maps as we sort of see how different teams play them, and it's probably the 3rd match I've seen on this, and it's been different every time, so we'll go through scoreboards on both sides here. As we can see, for the most part, and the scores sort of reflect that, WRTB did have that sort of armor dominance. Fortunately, for 5 Rib there, it's a bit hard to get them on rolling. You know, they were getting pressured pretty much the entire time. They never had any chance to breathe. But once again, a pretty bloody good match on the new map in Elsenborn Ridge. So once again, thank you all for tuning in, and as always, we'll probably be back for another match. Really have a schedule. We'll see what matches we're able to pick up and showcase. So thanks again to the Winter War League for allowing me to cast this, and yeah, as always, have fun, and we'll see you in the next one. So for those who don't know, TPL is starting, I believe, next week or in 3 weeks' time, and a lot more matches for the Winter War League as well that I will be coming in and hopefully getting to cast to showcase a lot of these teams and how they're coming along. So once again, guys, thank you, and good night, good evening, good morning, wherever you're from I'm going to go finish my coffee and hope you all have a lovely time. So, goodbye.